Yes, children. Today we are going to study about a very important topic: the motion of a charged particle in a uniform magnetic field. Okay. So before this, already we have discussed that when a charged particle is moving in a magnetic field, it will experience a force, and we have seen that force is directly proportional to charge of the particle, directly proportional to the strength of the magnetic field, and directly proportional to the component of velocity perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. Recollect, children, F is equal to BQV sine theta, or F is equal to Q into V cross B. Okay. So based on that, the different cases let us discuss. So we have the expression F is equal to BQV sine theta. Now, in which case the minimum force is experienced on the particle? So consider, suppose the particle is entering parallel direction with theta 0 to the magnetic field. Theta 0 or theta 180 degree, parallel to the field or opposite to the field. So in both the cases, you substitute in the expression F is equal to BQV sine theta. So theta 0 means sine 0 0, sine 180 0. So no force is experienced. That is the first case. When the charged particle is entering parallel to the magnetic field or anti-parallel to the magnetic field, the particle will not experience any force. So it will continue to move in its own original direction. Okay. Now, suppose the particle is entering perpendicular to the magnetic field. Field is acting in one direction, and in the perpendicular direction, the charged particle is entering in the magnetic field. So here you consider, here we considered a magnetic field, a set of cross, you see, the direction of magnetic field, a set of dots, set of cross, you have the idea about that, into the plane of the paper. So in that, charged particle has entered in the perpendicular direction of the magnetic field. Okay. So when theta 90 degree, theta sine 91, so maximum force is experienced. F is equal to BQV. Okay. So the maximum force is experienced. In that case, see, already children, we have seen that this force, it cannot change the kinetic energy of the particle. We have derived the expression, the differential of kinetic energy 0. We have seen that the kinetic energy is constant. So this force cannot do any work on the particle, or it cannot change the kinetic energy of the particle or speed of the particle. So what does this force do? Some force is acting on the particle, so some effect should be there, no? What does this force do? This force will continuously deflect the particle sideways. Suppose this is the original position. Continuously, it will, because the magnitude of the velocity is not changing, speed is not changing. So it will change the direction of the particle. It will continuously deflect the particle. So the particle will start to move along a circular path continuously. With the constant speed, the particle will continue to move in the circular path. And all are aware that for any particle to move in a circular path, centripetal force is required. So centripetal force is mv squared by r. And what is the source of this centripetal force? Simply the magnetic force. Magnetic force is BQV. So centripetal force is provided by this magnetic force. So mv squared by r is equal to BQV, or what is the expression for the radius of this circular path? R is equal to mv divided by bq. So the particle will move in the circular path with radius r is equal to mv divided by bq. Okay. Now let us find out how much time is required to complete one revolution. So we know that velocity equal to distance by time, or time is equal to distance by velocity. So t is equal to 2 pi r divided by v. So substitute for r there. He got the expression for r. So 2 pi r by v, we are getting 2 pi m divided by bq. Okay. So see that here, children, one thing note down, this time period is dependent on mass of the particle and charge of the particle. And if the particle moves faster, the radius will be larger. Okay. So it has to move along a larger circle, so that the time taken will be the same. Because we have seen that there is no dependence with that velocity of the particle. V more means R will be more. So that the time period depends only on the mass of the particle and charge of the particle. Okay. And the frequency also, frequency is 1 by time period. We got the expression BQ divided by 2 pi m. This was the second case when the particle entered perpendicular to the magnetic field. Now come to the third case. Suppose the particle is entering at any angle to the magnetic field. Okay, say this is the magnetic field, XYZ direction. Along the x-axis, magnetic field is there. The particle is entering with the velocity at an angle theta with the magnetic field. So this V we can resolve into two components, V cos theta along the field and V sin theta perpendicular to the field. Okay, so first you consider this V cos theta component. So V cos theta component mean theta 0. Theta 0. So due to this parallel component, V cos theta component, there is theta 0 we have already discussed, no force is experienced. So no force is experienced mean due to this V cos theta component, the particle will continue to move in the direction of the magnetic field. Okay. But here one more thing, it's not only V cos theta component, one more, that perpendicular component is there. And the effect of perpendicular component already we have discussed. The particle will move along the circular path. So here due to the combination of this V cos theta component and V sin theta component, the particle will move along the circular path but proceeding in the direction of the magnetic field due to the cos theta component. Due to sin theta component, circular path; due to cos theta component, the movement in the straight line along the magnetic field. So by the combination of these two, cos theta and sin theta component, the particle will move in this way. Means that is a helical path, completing circular path, moving in the direction of the magnetic field. So is that clear, children? So here we have seen that in one full time period, one time taken to complete one circular path, but the particle is moving along the direction of the magnetic field also. That distance moved, that is called pitch. What is pitch? It is the distance traveled by the particle along the direction of the magnetic field in one full time period. Okay, so let us calculate that expression for pitch also. This pitch means it is a distance, so distance is equal to velocity into time. And this horizontal distance is traveled due to the parallel component, V parallel, that is V cos theta, and V cos theta into time period. And here also time period we will get the expression 2 pi r divided by V. Okay, so here radius will be mv by bq, but V will be due to the V sin theta component. So ultimately we will get the expression for time period as 2 pi m by bq only. So V cos theta into 2 pi m by bq, that is the expression for pitch. Okay, so here all these things you have to note down. The time period does not depend upon the velocity of the charged particle. It depends only mass of the particle and charge of the particle. And the frequency also, we got the expression BQ divided by 2 pi m, and this frequency is called the cyclotron frequency. Clear, children?